How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be taking a look at MULN and as well as for Polestar. Both of these stocks did experience some pullbacks. We're going to go over it and see what they look like going into tomorrow or Friday if you're catching this video the day of. So we're starting off with MULN. So it ended up closing at 80 cents, being down 3.45%. On the low, it tested 80 cents, and then on the high, testing 84 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 43.497 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 68.349 million shares. So we had below average volume and we saw a pullback in the stock. When we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we are seeing some bearish price action. We are trading below our major moving averages, which is a 50 EMA to 21 EMA and as well as a 9 EMA. And like I spoke about yesterday, we can see that 9 EMA is serving as resistance. We did see some support at 80 cents, but if we decide to break through this level, then you want to see if MULN can have some strength at this mid 70-cent range, so around 76 cents. This is an area that it's well known to actually bounce off of, so I'll be watching it closely to see if bulls want to step into the play. If you want to see some strength, we ended up seeing a high at 84 cents, so we want to see a move at least to around 86 cents. Not only would it put it above the 9 EMA, we'd want to see it use the 9 EMA as support. Is it going to be able to pull this off tomorrow? Hey, I would sure love to see that. But if it's unable to do that, then you want to see it at least wanting to hold support at 76 cents. If it breaks through 76 cents, that's where we could see MULN wanting to trade back here to around the 66-cent range. So overall, let's see if the sell-off does want to continue. It has been forming lower lows and lower highs consistently. So that's why I'm saying as far as the selling pressure is concerned, you want to be very cognizant of the levels that you're looking to add to your position or whether you're looking to trade. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information from MULN. So the off exchange short volume ratio is at 54.27%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is just over 34.68 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.5 million, updated 26 minutes ago, and then for the short buy fee rate, it is at 22.46%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 16th, it is at 50.63, and then for the close of the 17th being at 54.27. So it has gone up a bit, and then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 15.79%, MULN does continue to have short squeeze potential. Let's take a look at Polestar. So we can see that it closed at $9.20, being down 3.26%. On the low, it tested $9.18, and then on the high, testing $9.48. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 1.127 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 1.332 million shares. So we had below average volume, and we had a pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we can see that Polestar is continuing to be on a bearish trend. We did talk about that we wanted to see some price action above our moving averages. We did not get that. So what we have going on right now at the moment, it seems like Polestar will be testing $9 in the near future, and we know the bottom of this range to look out for is at $8.63, which is 10 cents away from the 52-week low. So add that to your homework. Now, if you want to see some strength inside of the stock, we want price action above $9.48. Most preferably, I'd want to see us have a close around at least $9.52, which is where we have the 9 EMA. If it's able to turn around, then it looks really good going into next week, and then we could see if it can get to the 50 EMA at $9.72. If it's able to do that, then we can look for that possible test going to $10. But just taking a look at the current trend and seeing the continuation of lower lows and as well as lower highs, it's clear to see that the bears are in control. So let's see if we can have a turnaround going into Friday, but at least if we don't, you know the levels that you want to look out for. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for Polestar. So the off exchange short volume ratio is at 44.28%, and then for the off exchange short volume, it is at 179,000 shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 0, updated 1 minute ago, and then for the short buy fee rate, it is at 142.82 2%. When we take a look at the history, the short volume, we can see for the close of the 16th, it is at 51.14. And then for the close of the 17th being at 44.28. So that is a significant decrease right there. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 7.66%, it still remains to actually be consistent, and we still have the high short borrow fees, as you can see. So taking this into consideration alongside with the price action, we did see a lot of weakness overall in the EV sector. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. We also did see Lucid was red on the day, and we also saw that Tesla was red. That's why I say you want to make sure you're keeping a good amount of these EV plays so you know exactly what's going on in the market as a whole. Of course, we know that Tesla is the leader. So for Polestar, we want to see a move to the upside, but if it doesn't turn around and it has more downside pressure, you know the levels to look out for. And for MULN, yes, we are continuing to see resistance at that 9 EMA. It needs to break above that level. If it doesn't do that, that's where we can see it trading in that mid 70-cent range, and this is a well-known area where bulls like to step in, buy up the stock, and then it makes a bounce. But I'm not saying that's going to happen every single time, but it's just a level that you want to be aware of. And that pretty much sums up the video for you guys. If you're new to this channel and you found the content helpful, make sure that you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video and you got a lot from it, make sure that you hit the like button. So let's see how these stocks perform going into Friday.